welcome back in a new YouTube video. Today I would like to talk about the H letter in French. So if you are familiar with it, you know that this letter is supposed to be silent, like it doesn't have any identity in a word. But sometimes, especially when we use the plural form, it has to be heard. But how? And how can you make the distinction? And how can you know when it has to be silent or heard without being pronounced? Today we're going to see that. Let's get started. So let me help you and let me explain to you how to make the difference, the distinction between a H letter that is supposed to be silent in a word and a H letter that is supposed to be pronounced without being pronounced, because for us, as you know, it doesn't exist. So as you can see on the screen next to me, when you have a word at the singular form that starts with the article L', such as l'heure, l'hôpital, the H letter is obviously silent at the singular form, but same at the plural form. I'm going to say les heures, les hôpitaux. So can you hear what I just said here? Les heures, les hôpitaux. I make a z sound, right? In French we call that la liaison. La liaison means to make a connection, to link two letters or two words together. And in French it's a struggle for many foreigners, because if you want to sound fluent and if you want to read perfectly in French, you have to know when to make la liaison. So as you can see and as you can hear, here H letter is completely silent, whether it's for the singular or the plural form. I completely ignore it and I don't give any space to the letter to exist. Les heures, les hôpitaux. So as you can see as well, after H letter you have a vowel, so you have to link when it's a plural, because you have the plural article les, so you have a consonant with S letter and right after it you have a vowel. So H letter doesn't exist. So this is a case where you have a silent H letter. So here you don't even have to think, you just don't pronounce anything. So it's considered silent. Now let's see how to know when the H letter has to be pronounced, but without being pronounced. Because remember, it doesn't exist, right? I mean, it's silent for us, but in this new context, we will know that it has to be pronounced in a way. At the singular form in French, when you have a word starting with the articles le or la, so remember, le is for everything masculine, la is for everything feminine. In French, we don't have, like in English, a neutral pronoun. So if I'm talking about an object, and if it's feminine or masculine, I'm going to use, just like for a person, le or la, because the object has an identity in French. So here, as you can see on the screen, I have a word, le héros. It starts with le and I have H later, but this one is considered pronounced, because when I have the plural form, I do not make any liaison. I do not make any connection. As you can see on the screen, I'm going to say les héros, les héros. I'm not going to say les zéros, because if I say that, it means the zeros, and the meaning is completely different. I want to talk about a hero here, not about zero. Le héros, les héros. So here I do not make any liaison. And the fact that I do not make any connection, I know the H letter is considered pronounced. In the first case, it was silent. Now it's pronounced. You're going to tell me yes, but I don't hear it in the word. You're right. You don't hear it, but if you know how to spell a word in French, or if you are a native, we already know how it's written, how it's spelled. So when someone is going to tell me les héros, I know it has H later. And I understand that if the person doesn't make any liaison, any connection, then it's pronounced. Though I don't really think about it because it's natural, but if you want to know the rule, the grammar, and if you want it to be a bit more easy for you to remember and to use this rule, in this case, this video can help you and this explanation as well. Now let's see some words and let's make the difference together. So as you can see on the screen, I have some words starting at the singular form with L apostrophe. So here, H later doesn't have any space to shine, doesn't have any identity, so it's considered to be silent as the plural form. So let's pronounce them together. L'herbe, les herbes. L'humeur, les humeurs. L'horizon, les horizons. L'horloge, les horloges. So as you can hear, for the plural form, I make a connection. The sound. Now let's see what happens if I have a singular article le or la, and what happens when I actually create the plural form and when H later is supposed to be pronounced. Le hamac, les hamacs. Le hérisson, les hérissons. Le hameau, les hameaux. La hanche, les hanches. Le hublot, les hublots. So here, as you can hear at the plural form, I do not make any liaison, any connection. I do not make any the sound, so H later is considered pronounced. We let some space to the letter to shine in the word and to have an identity and to be pronounced, though it's not. Because in French, remember, unlike English, we do not pronounce it, it doesn't exist. So we have 26 letters in the French alphabet, but it's like having 25 because in terms of pronunciation, this one doesn't exist. That's the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching till the end, if you did. If you liked it, if you think it can be very useful, you can actually leave a thumb up and you can subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any new video that will be uploaded here. You can also follow me on social media if you want on my Instagram accounts because I post pretty regularly and I speak French a lot. I will see you very soon in my next video. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.